So first off, let's talk about the actual pieces of gear, and then we'll get into the tree. We have Dark Scorn. The main reason for this is to convert some of our physical damage to chaos, as well as the poison damage that we deal can have up to 300% more damage done, which is super helpful for this build. And the implicit is not a dead mod because we are using Perfect Agony. And the 25% fizz damage taken is chaos. It's actually kind of nice because we're at 76% chaos res. So yeah, overall, very, very good bow. I want to say this is best in slot. You may be able to craft a better bow, but you'd be hard pressed to do so. In these links, we have Tornado Shot linked with Mana Forged Arrow support, Life Tap, greater multiple projectiles. Also with Scourge Arrow of the Menace, just for more projectiles to trigger the Mana Forged Arrows stuff, and life gain on hit for both of those. And because we're using Life Tap on these two skills, life gain on hit helps recover the additional life we would be using whenever we trigger these skills. For our helmet, pretty simple, just mana reservation efficiency on the implicit. I got Despair Curse Effect. There may be a better mod than that. The helmet is nothing to really cry home about. Just life resistances. Make sure you have an open suffix for mine throwing speed because we need that a lot in this build. Make sure its evasion rating is just it's either evasion or energy shield because we are scaling energy shield as well. High Reach Truth. This was at first it was a simple pick, but then we found out that hey, it'd be really easy to get very clean amount of on hit. Which we're actually kind of close to, but when we get charges, we're 100% chance to hit. So precision here, super good. Everything here helps us. The precision, the dex, the global crit multi, and obviously the culling strike. We anointed charisma because we needed the extra efficiency to be able to throw out. I think we can get up to 10 mines, if I remember correctly, because I think we throw 5. One time. Oh, it's up here. So 9. So we're pretty close to the 10 number. If you get more reservation efficiency, it's awesome. You can throw out more mines, but in this case, we're not going for that. So High Reach Truth. We have a curse on hit setup. This ring is terrible, but the reason why I'm using it is for the curse on hit, the strength, and the fire, cold, and lightning res. You can definitely replace this ring with another curse on hit ring that gives you maybe like max charges, power, or frenzy, or just something else. There's definitely a min max that you can do with this. And then for the other one, this one's a lot better. Fire, chaos, cold res with max energy shield, fracture. This is a very good ring. The cold damage and lightning damage to attacks are kind of dead mods. You'd be better to get fizz damage to attacks, but even then it's like whatever. It would probably be better if you could get like increased damage on this somehow. If you already have the tri-res, in my case I did not, so I needed the cold res, so I added that in. Snake bites are insane for this build. So I tried to get +1 socketed gems and attack crit, but that did not occur. We didn't get that way, or we couldn't find that, I believe, or it was just too expensive. But these are pretty insane. We stack frenzy charges, so we have max chance to poison on hit because we're at max frenzies. We get crit multi, get accuracy rating, we get attack speed. I mean, everything on this is really good. The only problem is the reduced frenzy charge duration. But the cool thing with this is we're at max frenzies pretty much all the time, and we're consistently refreshing the duration whenever we hit enemies. So very, very good. Very, very helpful. And to give you the links in this, let me go back to the helmet. So I've just got Flame Dash in the helmet. You can put this anywhere. And then I put Awakened Chain or Vicious Projectiles in the helmet just so I can have a good swap without having to use up an inventory slot. Yeah, so here is where I'm putting my auras, because +1 socketed gems means my Enlighten is level 4. Malevolence, Grace, and Discipline. These don't need to be 20 quality. And Enlighten for at least Enlighten level 3. You can do an Enlighten level 4 and you'll have more mana to work with, so you can throw out and have more mines out at a given time. Very, like I say, these are probably best in slot. if you can get attack crit as well. Belt is just resistances, life, and I had an open prefix for, and I crafted an increased damage with my Searching Eye Jewel being damage over time while wielding a two-handed weapon, chaos res, fire cold res, and then I bought it with fractured life. I was able to roll this pretty quickly. I think it took like 15 chaos or something. I decided to chaos spam it and I got really lucky. I don't advise that. Probably use a fossil to craft your jewel. For boots, elusive on crit, tailwind on crit, and then I have onslaught on kill. Make sure you also fill out the rest of your res with this. These aren't by any means like required, but they're pretty great. Elusive on crit, tailwind on crit, you really can't go wrong there. And then I had the onslaught on kill craft from June that you can use to you can reveal a certain guy, I can't remember who it is, but unveil from them and get the up to 30% movement speed, and I think up to 20%, maybe 15% chance for onslaught on kill. Very, very good. If you don't have that craft, you can probably just buy the boots on trade and unveil it yourself. Quiver, crit multi, life, lightning resistance, or any kind of resistance. I got pretty lucky with a fire an additional projectile or additional arrow. I believe I was given this or I bought it for like 2 div maybe, or 1 div. It was super cheap. Don't know what happened with that. It was very, very easy to get, but overall very, 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 very good. It's a very, very good chess piece. I think this is probably best in slot because of the level 29 added chaos damage. What I found out was that Awakened added chaos, it actually has less damage than this Covenant at level 6 or 5. So at regular added chaos damage actually adds more flat chaos than Awakened version. So this was a no-brainer of a chess piece. Increased max life, very, very good. Intelligence actually helps us a little bit. The base life cost is a little rough, but you can overcome that with your life gain on hit setup here. And then I corrupted it. Either I corrupted it or I found it corrupted 6-lined with max energy shield. So Scourge Arrow of the Menace, this is the whole point of the build. It fires a bunch of projectiles, as you can see. The one with the MTX is the projectiles that come from this skill. But yeah, so we're scaling arrows, so additional arrows, and I believe that increases the amount of both spore pods that shoot and the amount of projectiles that shoot from the thorn arrows that shoot from those spore pods. Very, very fun skill. I leveled with it when I leveled the build. Whenever I got it to, what was it, like level 30? Yeah, level 30-ish. 28, I think, is whenever you can use it. Very interesting skill to use. As you can see, it's screen wide. Very, very nice. Very, very fun. There is another build that's doing Scourge Arrow of the Menace, but it's not with mines, and I think it's Arrow's build, making it an attack base with Gluttonous Tide. But this is, I wanted to try an arrow build, an actual arrow or bow build with mines. So the links are minefield support, so we can throw essentially 5 mines at once. Crit damage, so we can get more crit multi for our perfect agony. Charged mine support, so we can get both frenzy charges and power charges. Blast chain mine. I think we were testing with this. I don't know if this is better than our other link, but I think we did the numbers in PoB, and because we're detonating a lot of mines very quickly, we get that 5% more damage pretty often. And it ends up being more damage than another link would be. And then Awaken Chain or Awaken Vicious Projectiles. We swap in Awaken Vicious Projectiles whenever we're bossing so that we have more damage. But Awaken Chain helps us with our clear by chaining to multiple enemies, because they're all over the map, right? And that is the gear. So in the skill tree or the passive tree, there are a lot of things here that can be improved. The build at the time when I was finalizing it, I thought that we could do better, but it would be a little bit more difficult, or maybe hard pressed to do so without getting probably 4 more levels. If I get to like 96, I could actually replace this with an intuitive leap, grab just these 2 nodes here, back out of these two nodes, which you're only saving really 2 points. I would probably anoint either Leader of the Pact or Sovereignty, and not Charisma, so I could get those two nodes. But like I said, the min-maxed version of the build actually uses multiple curses setup. I didn't go with that on this build, just because I didn't want to spend the funds to get there. But if you like the build enough, feel free to do that and let me know in the comments what you ended up doing. Would love to hear from you. But yeah, we went life, spell suppress. I believe we're at 100%. No, we are not at 100%. I think we get to 100% whenever we throw mines and detonate them. No, still 79. Definitely something to figure out. I believe I do have spell suppress as lucky. So it's pretty good. Definitely 100% would be better, but that's up to you to take care of, because you can come down here and grab more spell suppress. I think it's here. Yeah, these right here. Life. We went for a Thread of Hope with a large ring, so we could get the crit chance with bows, a fire additional arrow, and suppress spell damage with movement speed here. These 3 points save us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points overall. Very, very good Thread of Hope. Highly recommend it. We also went for a cluster jewel setup, which gave us unholy. We did three notables: Unholy Grace, Unwavering Evil, and Wicked Paul. These are not required, but this gives us chaos damage and chaos skills, ignore from stuns, as well as skill effect duration. This is helpful because we need the additional poison length just to increase our damage, because any amount of poison does damage faster, or seal effect duration helps us a lot. For the medium cluster, I went for a Megalomaniac with disease vector, which is enemies poisoned by you cannot regenerate life. We don't care about the second node, or the second property. This was really good. Guerrilla tactics, mine damage, mine throwing speed, and movement speed if you've thrown a mine recently. And then mortifying aspect for the chaos res and malevolence or reservation efficiency. This gives us more mana to work with our mines. And then for the other side, I went for I tried to fracture 35% on this for the Giga, but I ended up getting just mana regeneration rate, which was a little sad. But went ahead and used it anyway because we needed the 8% here. So max ES and reservation efficiency of skills is nice. The mana regeneration rate isn't dead, and neither is the strength, but it would have been better to have higher rolls on all of them, which I was going to do, like I said, if I fractured the 35%. For the poison mastery, we went for enemies poisoned by you cannot deal critical strikes, with cannot deal crits, and they cannot regenerate life. These two right here are like the power combo when you're doing a poison build, so that number one, they're less effective at dealing damage to you, and the fact that they cannot regen life means they're not able to regenerate or they're not able to over regenerate our poison damage, and thereby negating or getting us to a point where we can't do any damage to them. And then the creme de la creme of the build is Perfect Agony. We do crit chance, or we're making sure that we have 100% crit chance with everything. And then our crit multi turns into damage over time multiplier. And I think right now, if I go to the 540, and with I believe it's once I actually get the power charges, I'm at 100% chance to crit. And I believe the crit multi goes up to like 675, I think. So pretty good. That can obviously get increased higher if you have like a voices and you did a bunch of jewels here. That would have been very nice. Life, need a lot of accuracy for the build. So actually, is it here? No, it's just here. I took out this accuracy node because I didn't need it. Accuracy, and then we get the flat accuracy -2 accuracy per level. That's an insanely good accuracy node, because once you get to level 100, it's still 300 flat accuracy. Forbidden Flesh, Forbidden Flame for Noxious Strike, which gives us, I believe, if I take it out, chance to poison on hit, increase poison duration, and recover life on poison damage kill. Very nice. Actually a super cheap jewel. Was not expecting these to be that cheap, but they were very, very nice. This right here, energy shield per hit, the gain 25 or 27 energy shield per hit is very good with discipline because we're running discipline. Now, one thing to note is I was thinking of going, I think it's the golden rule, to increase my attack speed or increase the movement speed to the moon, while also having unaffected by poison, so I could stack a bunch of poison debuffs on myself and get, 100% chaos res. But didn't want to go, or didn't finish going that route because it was just too many points in the skill tree to use. But I kept the Watcher's Eye because the energy shield on hit is too hard to pass up. Crit multi, crit chance, life. So this is your typical build, typical mine build, where you're getting these mine nodes here, these mine nodes here. There is some more mine nodes to get, I believe here, but it's not that helpful for us, so I didn't go for it. Life and energy shield, very, very good. And then I went for a glorious vanity of Dorani. This particular one also gives us 2 incredible nodes here, which I'll get into in a second. But the reason why we get this is for Corrupted Soul. We have a lot of, well, we don't have a lot of, but we have a good amount of max life. So we're converting that to max CS, and we have a good hybrid life pool. Very, very nice. Skill effect duration. These don't really matter. Block spell damage isn't very helpful because we're not really blocking. And the armor is okay, but we're not scaling armor, so it's whatever. And these nodes right here are insane. So it gives us max chaos res with chaos res just for essentially 2 points. Actually, this is our travel node, so just 1 point. 1 point here, 1 point here for increased chaos damage and inflict wither on hit. This was a very, very nice jewel. Now for our ascendancy, we're going for Sightless, which is one of the reasons why it's the first node that you can pick for Blind Prophet. And then we went for projectile return and fire 2 additional projectiles. And then for our last point, I went Restless for the explode when they're affected by curses. And I believe that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate you sticking around for the to the end of the video. Please let me know if you have any questions about the build. You can also join the Discord, which is going to be in the description below. You can also come by the stream, twitch.tv/antiswipe. We stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday during the evening Central Time US. If you want to stop by, ask questions about the build. Yeah, love to hear from you. Hopefully you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.